Makes us fired up, so come on, drink it all night long. Slam it, girl. Slam it, girl.
Welcome to this episode of Flashback. This time we'll be taking a look at the game Lord of the Rings Conquest. It is an action game developed by Pandemic Studios and published by Electronic Arts. It was released on January 9th, 2009, and it is based on the Lord of the Rings film trilogy and borrows many gameplay mechanics from successful games such as Star Wars Battlefront. The game allows players to play as both the forces of good and evil, but unlike the Lord of the Rings The Battle for Middle-earth, the latter option is based around Sauron stopping the One Ring from being destroyed and using it to regain his lost power. The player takes the role of a soldier of Rohan, Gondor, Mordor, or Isengard, depending on the campaign or side the player chooses. The game is generally objectively based, requiring the player to defeat a certain amount of enemies or hold a position until a timer runs out. If the soldier dies, the game continues from the point of death and the soldier respawns. The game uses a class-based character system similar to the system found in Pandemic's previous game Star Wars Battlefront 2. There are 4 playable classes: the Warrior, a melee combat unit which uses a sword; the Archer, a long-range unit with a bow and arrow that plays similarly to a third-person shooter; the Scout, a master in the art of moving unseen. The Scout's primary weapons are 2 daggers. And he has the ability to become temporarily invisible and assassinate units instantly from behind with a sneak attack, especially useful against bosses. And lastly, the Mage. The Mage's primary attack is a bolt of lightning, which he can charge up for a more powerful attack that damages enemies close to his main target. An AoE, so to speak. The player can occasionally gain the opportunity to play as a troll or an Ent, which are also used by AI characters, and, while far stronger than any normal class, are vulnerable to instantaneous kills by warriors and scouts through the use of quick-time events. Any class can ride a mount, horses for the men of the west, and wargs and oliphants for Sauron and Saruman's forces. Occasionally, the player can also take the control of popular heroes of the franchise, such as Gandalf, Aragorn, and even Frodo. Reception for the Lord of the Rings Conquest has been mixed to poor. The majority of reviews claim that the game lacks any of the epic feel of the movies or novels, and I would have to agree. The single-player portion of the game lacks variety and thrill and deserves no more than a 4 out of 10 due to mediocre gameplay, if even that. However, when playing co-op with a friend, the game does become more fun. But really, what doesn't? So this game, I would really not advise anyone to go buy this game unless you want some easy trophies. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.